Foreign currency reserves in Egypt have gone up by $1 billion. That's for the first time in 5 months to go up to $14.5 billion in total. Political instability led to a massive drop from $36 billion in reserves in 2010 to $13.5 billion at the start of 2013. CCTV's Yasser Hakim looks at the current state of foreign currency reserves at the Central Bank of Egypt and what efforts the government has taken to raise them.
Some good news for a change from the central bank, but for many experts the increase in foreign reserves is long overdue and is a result of shrewd policies by the governor of the central bank, Hakim.
Since taking office in March, Rames provided limited amounts of dollars through FX auctions and allowed hard currency only to businessmen who import basic goods. He also restricted dollar transfers abroad and bank withdrawals from individuals to a maximum of $10,000 per day.
These measures created a black market for the dollar, but at the same time controlled the dollar outflow and stopped more losses in the reserves. Meanwhile, government had to create income in order to sustain the currency reserves. The political instability caused a sharp drop in tourism and foreign investments, the country's two highest dollar earners. So the government had to opt for borrowing.
Egypt received a total of $8 billion from Turkey, Saudi Arabia and Qatar in the past year, while Libya has just handed Egypt $2 billion. After dropping from $36 billion to $14.5 billion, these loans have helped keep the balance for now, but still without the IMF loan.
The $4.8 billion IMF loan and the latest $3 billion Qatari grant have been stalled for a while, which prompted a complete overhaul of the economic team in the government this week, hoping the new faces would make a breakthrough. The Prime Minister hopes to reach the $16 billion target set by the IMF to strike a deal with Egypt.
The IMF says Egypt must guarantee at least $16 billion in its reserves before signing the loan deal. Officials say this can be achieved because they expect the $3 billion Qatari money to push reserves to $17 billion. Now they're looking for an alternative.
The last resort for the government now are Islamic bonds. It has finally been signed by the president this week to be issued in a month's time. According to officials, these bonds will bring in $6 to $8 billion in revenues in this year alone. Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.